What if the secret behind the world's most powerful leaders is not intelligence, money, or authority, but the ability to understand the human mind? A leader can have the biggest title in the room and still fail to inspire anyone, while someone with no official position can influence millions through their words, actions, and vision. This is the psychology of leadership, the hidden science behind why people choose to follow, trust, and believe in certain individuals. Leadership is not simply about controlling people or giving instructions. It is about understanding emotions, building connections, and creating a sense of purpose. Every great leader begins with one powerful skill: the ability to understand people. Human beings are emotional creatures, and our decisions are heavily influenced by how we feel. A leader who understands this does not treat people like machines completing tasks. They recognize their hopes, fears, motivations, and personal goals. This is why emotional intelligence is considered one of the most important psychological qualities of effective leaders. Emotional intelligence allows leaders to manage their own emotions, stay calm during difficult situations, and respond instead of reacting. Imagine two leaders facing the same crisis. One panics, blames others, and spreads negativity. The other remains focused, communicates clearly, and gives people confidence. The situation may be the same, but the psychological impact of their leadership is completely different. People naturally trust those who create stability during uncertainty. Another important part of leadership psychology is vision. Great leaders do not just tell people what to do, they show them why it matters. The human brain is designed to search for meaning. When people believe their work has a purpose, they become more motivated, creative, and committed. This is why inspiring leaders focus on a mission bigger than themselves. They create a story that people want to be a part of. But a vision alone is not enough. Leadership also depends on trust, and trust is built through consistency. When a leader's actions match their words, people feel safe following them. A leader who says one thing and does another creates doubt and weakens loyalty. But a leader who shows honesty, fairness, and responsibility builds a psychological connection that goes beyond simple teamwork. People do not follow perfect leaders, they follow authentic ones. Another fascinating element of leadership psychology is the power of empathy. Many people confuse leadership with being dominant or emotionally distant, but true influence comes from understanding others. An empathetic leader knows that every person has a different background, different challenges, and different motivations. By understanding these differences, leaders can communicate more effectively and bring out the best in their teams. However, empathy does not mean avoiding difficult decisions. Strong leaders know how to balance kindness with discipline. They can support people while still holding them accountable. This balance creates respect because people understand that the leader cares about both their growth and the success of the mission. Confidence is another psychological factor that separates great leaders from average ones. People are naturally attracted to confidence because it signals certainty and direction. But true confidence is not about pretending to know everything. The strongest leaders are confident enough to admit mistakes, learn from failures, and improve themselves. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process of becoming better. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that leaders are born, not created. Psychology shows that leadership is a collection of skills that can be developed over time. Communication, emotional control, decision-making, empathy, and self-awareness can all be improved with practice. Leadership begins when a person takes responsibility not only for their own actions, but also for the impact they have on others. The most powerful leaders in history were not remembered because they demanded attention. They were remembered because they gave people a reason to believe. They created confidence, inspired action, and helped others discover their own potential. In the end, leadership is not about standing above people, it is about standing with them. The greatest leaders do not create followers who depend on them, they create people who become stronger because of them. So, the real question is not, do you have the power to lead? The real question is, do people become better when they are around you? Because that is the true psychology of leadership.